All right, boys, so we got a little bit of a water pump leak, and I'm gonna put something in there too, because I'm a little worried the head gasket might be leaking also. But you can see right down underneath the water pump, we definitely got some water leaking out of there. So we're gonna replace that. Now already I've went ahead and took off the air duct that went from here down to there. And I think if we just unloosen the alternator over there, we can loosen the belt, and then I think we can just pull these off. I'm gonna look at my new water pump, and I won't actually have to take the radiator or anything off, is what I'm hoping. So that'd be really nice. You can run that belt through one of your fans and then spin it, and it'll be on this low part, and as you spin it, it'll come off easy too. So we'll see how it goes. I personally believe the only reason this bar is here is to crack your head on it. I've cracked my head on it so many times and it don't move, I'm telling you. I don't think I'm bleeding this time though. Got my water hose off, and I got my alternator loose. Let's see. It should hopefully just push over. Well, somewhat loose. Sometimes I just like to look at my new product if it's hard to reach spot, and we've got 6 mounting bolts, so that's what we need to look for. There's 10 millimeters each, and we'll go get the right size. You doing all right? We got the water pump loose. Top 3 bolts are in there tight. Make sure we got to put those back in before we put our fan back on. 2 bottom bolts are really long. Make sure you note that. And let's see if we can get it out of there now. It'd be real nice if it just pop on out. All right, so I wheezed my belt back behind here, and I got everything off. These bolts are still in here, 3 of them, because they're trapped by the pulley. And so what I'm gonna do, see that fan blade? I'm gonna pop it to the outside, I'm gonna spin it, and I'm gonna rotate this thing out. That's my plan. Let's see if it works out. I'll probably have to, yep, I'm gonna have to do this one-handed. I'll show you halfway through. All right, this has all got difficult. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it out by just getting the fan out. I went ahead and pulled this loose. However, can't even loosen that bolt down there. And the other one started spinning. I was able to get these top 2 10 off. So I'm gonna try and get my fan out that way. Looked like something been hitting right there. We'll see what happens. All right, boys, had to take the air box off too. I think I can get it out of that hole with Tony's help. All right, boys, got the water pump out. I impacted the bolts off, and should be able to get my pulley off after that. I might have to spack it a few times. That should pop right off there, I'm hoping. Yeah, that's what the new one looks like. So we'll smack this with a rubber. All right, so we've got our 3 bolts in there that get stuck by the flywheel. We got the the pulley in the right spot, and then we've got the fan with the bevel down. And we'll go ahead and impact this on now and get ready to install. Okay, so this is for that old, these are like 10 years old, the zd331. There's your water pump gasket, and that is the actual water pump itself. So I don't tear stuff up. I just got me a piece of, it's actually that file card stuff. It's pretty thick, and I use that so when I put my fan back in there, I don't tear up my radiator. So that ought to work smooth. We'll go ahead and start getting her back in now. Got my radiator, I don't know why. Got my water pump ready, and we'll just slip her on in. Here we go. Got the pump in, I got my belt over. Now I'll wheeze my gasket on, and I'll start just threading in just 1 bolt at a time and get her on up there. So I just got couple of bolts partially put on, and then I got to get this hose over here. It's almost on, right down there. So I'm gonna get my flathead screwdriver, and I'll just zip that on out on that lip. It should be pop right on. Okay, so we've got that hose back on and clamped real good. We've got the water pump hose on. I put it about 14 pounds of pressure, and when I say that, I did good and plenty. So now we're going to, we got this hose back on, and we need to work on getting the alternator and belt on, and then I've got these on. Pull this out, protected your radiator, And so we'll get the rest of the air on now.
All right, so we got the alternator back on, got the hose nice and tight. We reclamped this hose, and we still got to do this one yet. And then we'll put on the air box. We should be good.
All right, boys, I got her all back together. I got her topped off with some water there. We just put water in it for now to double test it. And one more thing I need to do. I just noticed on this gym, we need to get a fuel filter in there. Look at that sucker.
There's actually been so long, it has, looks like it's collected on the inside at the top there. So that is the first input filter. It looks like there's 3 of them. That one don't look as bad. Definitely want to get this one changed, and we'll go from there. Little 1/4-inch extension will fit in your diesel line, help stop the fuel from leaking out, so you can replace the filter. No leak. Everything looks good.
Put this sucker out for service. Change oil fuel filter too, so this one's ready to go. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button.